tell me about Staten Island. How did you? It was so funny because a buddy of mine, his girlfriend lives there, and I was hanging out with him the other night, and he says like, "Oh, dude, I gotta go back." We were in like the Lower East Side. He's like, "I gotta go to Staten Island now." How'd you like growing up there? What was that like?
Oh, it's all I knew. So, I grew up in a Mets Yankees household, and which meant at an early age, you figured out you were either on like the winning team, or there's, a winning and a losing. There's a yes and a no, there's a true and a
Mm-hmm.
false. This was all before the internet even gave us capabilities and other possibilities. But I remember growing up, in the younger part of my years in Staten Island, because the garbage dump was pretty active, to be
Mm-hmm.
honest. So like there were days where we had to play inside because it was too hot, and there was like a certain sort of like something that was in the air that we should not be around. So I am a big fan of Aaron Brockovich and that whole genre of whistleblowing and civil and right doing legal staking series. And I've actually sort of been very attracted to those stories, even in my own professional career. Maybe, and I'm thinking about it, maybe that's where it really does stem from, because we knew there was a disservice being in Staten Island. But that being said, I wouldn't be where I was if it wasn't for growing up on that island. In high school, I wanted to get into TV.
Mm-hmm.
I was told there was going to be a TV department, and the equipment never came. So the department didn't happen during my time in high school. And because of that, a teacher actually suggested that I intern at the Staten Island Cable Access Channel.
Okay.
And it was there that I learned switchboards and data management. To be honest, I'm a data engineer. So like
Mm-hmm.
I think in spreadsheets, I think in CSV files, I think it's in CVS. So I have a very analytical mind for creative. That being said, I think that that's what's helped me be like a sort of I don't know, a professional creative in a sort of structured setting at a publicly traded company, for example, where I can build the SOPs for talent departments, and I can help our MTV brand become the global MTV franchise that it became by understanding how to tap into local talent, how to tap into local culture, and how to tap into those outliers to help identify who the host should be, instead of hiring a sole person to go out and do them. My casting approach was, I didn't know I was even in casting until someone called me a casting director or a casting assistant, whatever it was. I was like, no, you tell me we need a host, I go out and look for them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking for the actual host. Are you crazy? Why would I do that? There's no the shot of me finding the right person. Come on, that's like, those are impossible odds. But if I can go around telling everybody I have this opportunity, they each have 5, 10 people maybe in their brains that I'd much rather cast that way. And I didn't realize that's like relationship building. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
realize that was my early community building, especially in my career building. And it's cool that I didn't use those opportunities as transactions, because I would not have the relationships that I did if my goal was to fill that spot.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, my goal was like, yo, I'm gonna do it at MTV that's got to fill this spot. You want to help? I got to find somebody, maybe you know who it is, and we're going to be part of this person's story forever.
Mm.
And I would tell myself that story 25 years ago. I had no clue how real it was. Oh, it's the coolest feeling in the entire world to be
Relationship
part
building.
of someone's the thing that makes them like a household name, that like
Mm-hmm.
you is irreversible, that you remember where you were, Times Square, what guest
Mm-hmm.
it was, what show it was. MTV had that power. Television had that power. And I was so lucky to catch it in the late 90s, when like everything that was happening
Mm-hmm.
in youth culture, we were just getting digital. Once we got our hands on digital power, and then it turned into social media and
Mm-hmm.
this Web3, wherever we're taking it to, right? It always sort of comes back to like how the youth has been able to take that digital way of connecting, communicating with people, turning it into what it's become. But anyway,
And not all starting in
geek
Staten
out.
Island.
I
No,
all started in Staten Island, and